So the original wheel blueprints have to be reassessed. It's up to chief researcher Dr. Yi Chang-woo to come up with a suitable remedy.
There are now two types of wheels. First of all, the gradient of the wheel section is 1 out of 40 on the lead car, just like the TGV. In the case of our passenger cars, however, the gradient of the wheel section is 1 out of 20. This type of wheel is only used in Korea.
The coach wheels now have a narrower edge, cutting down the effects of the ice and preventing dangerous shaking, no matter how bad the weather gets. It should be happy days for the KTX designers. But 8,000 kilometers away, a tragedy occurs to put the integrity of the project under the spotlight. (1998), a small town in Germany called Eschede. A German-made ICE high-speed train has collided into an overhead bridge. The train is a total wreck, and the crash has claimed the lives of over 100 passengers. The disaster is about to go down in history as the world's first and worst high-speed train accident. A post-mortem of the accident reveals a frightening chain of events. Moments before the crash, the ICE train speeds along at 200 kilometers an hour. Suddenly, a wheel comes apart, and its outer rim punctures through the floor of a car at the center of the train. In a matter of seconds, the embedded rim slams against the railway, lifting the carriage off the tracks. The front of the train is left intact, but the rear cars are derailed and sent crashing into a 300-ton bridge. Back in Korea, the German accident raised questions among its 7.3 million train passengers about the safety of their own high-speed train.
Our KTX did not have the double wheels like Germany's ICE, but single wheels.
Fortunately, Korea's unique wheel design would help prevent a similar accident. The German design incorporates both inner and outer wheels. In the train crash, it was the weakened seal between these two parts that gave way.
If even a fine crack appears in this area, it can be dangerous when the wheel is running at high speeds.
The KTX designers had already created a completely solid wheel for their train, so there's no risk of collapse. However, Korean engineers were still not satisfied.
We learned how important safety is through this accident, and we were thinking once again about the safety of our own high-speed railway. It became an important motivation for us to put things into order.
With safety the order of the day, the South Koreans created a number of unique devices to be incorporated into the body of the KTX. The first of these is a shock absorption device in the head of the train. The device, perforated with holes like a honeycomb, works to absorb the full force of an impact without disabling the rest of the train. It's capable of absorbing a head-on collision with an object weighing as much as 700 kilograms, even while the train is running at top speed. The designers then set about adding a preventative measure, improving the train's brakes to make it come to a stop even faster than before.
Safety is the most important part of our system, so we paid attention to our brakes and incorporated an additional braking system.
Besides conventional disc brakes that exert direct pressure on the wheels, the KTX employs a regenerative system that redirects energy into reversing the train. With this combined force, the KTX needs just 400 meters to go from 300 kilometers an hour to a complete standstill. But the German crash wasn't down to just mechanical error. A lapse in the driver's concentration was another contributing factor. To address any unforeseen human error on the KTX, the South Koreans develop a computerized monitoring system to keep a watchful eye on the driver. He is continuously monitored throughout the journey. If the computer detects a lack of activity at the controls, an alarm sounds. If there's still no response, the train is then taken over by an operator at the KTX control center and automatically brought to a stop. With these devices in place, a safe ride is guaranteed on the KTX. But when the rail building operation moves from the countryside to the urban landscape, engineers face a formidable, though familiar, obstacle. Welcome to the Gyeongbu Highway, Seoul's answer to traffic hell. Its economic importance is so great that it can't be stopped, and it can't be diverted.
We can't stop the expressway. It would be just like stopping an artery of our country.
The problem is that the highway lies right in the railway's path. They can't stop the traffic. Engineers have no other choice. They must build a bridge over the highway. And to do that, they have to do something that has never been tried or tested before. South Korea's railway engineers, having overcome all that nature has thrown at them, now face a river of metal and concrete that refuses to budge. Busy Gyeongbu Highway is an important link between Seoul and the port of Busan. But engineers have to find a way for their train to cross it.
The problem was, in order to carry out the work, we could not interrupt the expressway. We built an arch bridge next to the expressway and moved it into place by the rotation method, which did not interrupt the expressway.
Engineers assemble the arch bridge alongside the highway. The bridge is constructed first, and then the supporting framework is built at either end in preparation for the actual rotation. A temporary support pillar is anchored at one end, with a rotating device at its pivot. In theory, the rotating mechanism will be able to turn the framework slowly around to reach its supporting pillar on the other side of the highway, forming the completed bridge. It's a team effort. Workers play their part precisely, as this particular construction is a first for everyone. The process may sound straightforward, but there's a host of unknowns that make this procedure one of the riskiest maneuvers in the KTX project so far. They hammer away day and night to complete the job. Now all the team needs is a little help from the heavens.
We checked the weather report and chose a turning date when rain was not forecast.
The day finally arrives for the arch bridge engineers. The bridge is built, and all supporting structures for turning it are in place. The team knows they only have one shot at this. Nothing must go wrong. The bridge rotation begins, moving at a snail-like 7 centimeters every minute. From start to finish, the precarious journey of the arch bridge over the highway takes 13 hours. Bridge engineers can hardly wait to see their theory become a reality. At the end of a long day, the arch bridge finally moves into position.